Hi, this is Thresden, and this is part 22 of an ESO Standard Edition walkthrough. Let me turn the sound down a little bit right here. I had it up. I had it up slightly. So, in the last episode, or past few episodes, we've been dealing with this guy Chodala. We've been trying to figure out how to stop him. He's got this staff called Sunara that makes him invincible. And we needed to go get some components. We went all over the place in the previous video and got all of these components that would allow us to make a tonal inverter. A tonal inverter is what we need to stop Sunara. So let me go to my journal here, and here we go. Give Barilzar the components. Now let's see where the quest marker is at. It is not there. It is right here. So we need to go to this Molag Mar way shrine first. So, the wizard Barilzar told us he would make us this tonal inverter if we bring him the components. And we now have the components. So let's go give the components to him. Before I forget, let me go ahead and queue for a dungeon as well. Maybe we'll get a different one this time. In the previous week's episodes, we ended up getting Darkshade Caverns.
Have you only just arrived, or is this you returning? I can't always keep the cogs and pistons in line.
That would be me returning, Barilzar.
Ah, I remember. The components for the tonal inverter. Were you able to acquire them?
Yes. I recovered the Sonnets generator, the inversion conduit, and the manual clockwork shaft. Oops, I hit the wrong button.
Ah, I remember. Impressive. I thought I'd never see you again. That's what usually happens when I employ hirelings to acquire rare and exotic items from dangerous locations. Well, the great gear doesn't dawdle, neither do I. Hand them over and I'll get to work.
Here are the items you requested.
One tonal inverter coming up. Connect this, tighten the spring. Don't explode. Almost done. There.
Alright, there's our tonal inverter.
Do you like it, my latest creation? I call it the tonal inverter. Did I mention that already? No matter. It should counteract Sothasil's modified staff, at least momentarily. I assume you know how to use this, correct?
No, I don't know how to use the tonal inverter.
Of course you don't. I just invented it. Honestly.
Well, why did you ask me then?
You won't use it anyway, not if you plan to fight the one who wields Sothasil's staff. Almost impossible to operate the tonal inverter while also engaged in battle. It's too cumbersome.
So how do I use it to counteract Sunara?
The Sunara? The Blessed Staff? I suppose the name fits. Sort of. You'll need someone to assist you. Someone you trust. Oh, not me. Too busy. Too fragile. But using the tonal inverter is definitely a two-person activity.
Is the tonal inverter hard to use?
Easy as scrib jelly pie. One person operates the controls to generate the sound waves. When it reaches the proper pitch, you activate the inverter and discharge its energy to disrupt Sunara's power. Temporarily. Here, I wrote you instructions.
Okay. I don't see any instructions.
With more time, I could have improved the design, made it smaller, more portable. But the inverter should work perfectly, provided you find someone to help you. Make sure you read the instructions. You don't read, things go horribly wrong.
Alright, the quest marker is sending us back out. It says to report to Archcanon Tarvis, so we've got to go back to Vivek City. Meanwhile, I'm going to go grab this point of interest right here. Get a few more experience points for doing that. You know, it just seems like the sound is really not sounding right. Alright. That's a little bit better. Alright, now I don't know how I'm supposed to get this point of interest right here. There we go. Shrine of AZURA. Let's see what it looks like. Yep, looks like AZURA. Alright. Gotta get to the nearest way shrine. Getting close. Uh-oh. I'm inside the Ashlander's camp. Great, I got a bounty now. 94 gold bounty. Still got stuff hunting me, looks like. Oh, maybe not. Alright, let's go talk to the Archcanon. Let him know what we found out.
Your presence defiles this city, Ashlander. How dare you demand to see our god?
I'm here to help. If you won't listen to me, listen to the Outlander.
Thank the three. The Outlander has returned. Was Barilzar able to help us? Pay no attention to this Ashlander. She's been blathering on about Lord Vivek's condition and how she can help, but I'm certain it's a trick of some sort. I was just about to have her thrown out of the city, or possibly tossed to the slaughterfish.
That's Saren, Chodala's sister. She helped me in Aldrune.
I know who she is. I still don't trust her, and I refuse to let her anywhere near Lord Vivek. Who knows what an Ashlander would do while the warrior poet is in such a fragile state?
I need her help. It's going to take 2 of us to operate Barilzar's tonal inverter.
A tonal what now? Well, since I can't go with you, or with Lord Vivek requiring my undivided attention, I suppose we'll have to let the Ashlander assist you. Very well. Take her and defeat Chodala, then bring me a staff so we can restore Vivek.
Alright, Sunara will soon be in your hands.
If that old idiot is what passes for a tribunal leader, it's no wonder the houses are in such disarray. No time to dwell on that, though. I found my brother, and it's worse than I feared. Chodala's quest for power has led him down a dark path.
What do you mean, a dark path?
Chodala and his most loyal followers have taken refuge in a ruin called Kaustarari. It's an ancient shrine devoted to the daedric prince Malakath. I think my brother plans to ask the God of Curses to help him.
I've got a device that will counter Sunara, but I need your help to use it.
It will allow us to stop Chodala? Then of course I'll help you. Since the Tribunal's dogs took my weapons, I'll need to replace them. Meet me at the ruins when you're ready.
I'll see you at Kaustarari.
I'll meet you at the Daedric Shrine after I recover my weapons and make a few final preparations.
Alright, let's see where Kaustarari is. Way over here. Nowhere near any way shrine. So the question is, should I try to take a boat? Or just ride there? And I think I'm just going to ride there. Because there's no telling how long it could take to use a boat. That looks pretty dangerous. See if I can find a safer way to get there. This is a public dungeon that I'm not going to mess with. Not right now. We'll do it at the end. Alright, so it actually looks like where we're going is behind the trial. Yeah. Actually, that's a quest objective right there. But it is behind the trial, because it's right over here.
Here we are, on the Furious One's bloody doorstep, preparing to enter a daedric ruin to try to stop my brother's march toward power. I hope that device you mentioned really can counter the invulnerability granted by the staff, Sunara.
Take this. It's a tonal inverter. It should disrupt the staff's power for a short amount of time.
Well, that's larger than I expected, but it looks simple enough to operate. I suppose it's better that I work the device. I'm not sure I'm capable of attacking Chodala. He's still my brother, no matter how dangerous his beliefs have become.
Take a look at these instructions. They explain how to use the tonal inverter.
I'll help you counter the effects of Sunara. Maybe once we neutralize it, Chodala will listen to reason. I know that's probably just wishful thinking. I'll settle for finding out who tempted Chodala with that damn staff.
Maybe you can clarify a few points before we head inside.
Go ahead. Ask your questions. Then head into the ruins. I'll be right behind you.
Alright, I'm gonna have to ask her the questions after the dungeon, because it's ready. And it's City of Ash again. It's the same dungeon. We've already done this one, so I'll just edit this one out. Alright, we finished the dungeon, and we're now close to level 28, but unfortunately, I found out that when I ended the last video, I went to town and sold some stuff, and I replaced my 2 one-handed weapons with a 2-handed weapon. I have no idea why I did that, but it's not a big deal. We'll get more one-handed weapons soon. But I'm at a bit of a disadvantage for a little while until I can replace this weapon. Because obviously, I do not have any 2-handed weapon skills, right? I don't have uppercut or critical charge or anything like that, so who knows why I did that.
We don't know what my brother's doing inside Malakath's shrine, but we have to find out. I'm ready to enter the ruins whenever you are.
Maybe you can clarify a few points before we head inside.
Go ahead. Ask your questions. Then head into the ruins. I'll be right behind you.
Why would Chodala seek refuge in a daedric shrine?
The tribes rejected him. AZURA set her face against him. Now Chodala's seeking aid wherever he can find it. That makes him more desperate than I imagined, and more dangerous. Why he decided to solicit Malakath, the god of curses, I have no idea.
Tell me more about Malakath.
Malakath's an evil god, the daedric prince of curses and broken promises. Perhaps that's why Chodala has sought him out. The prophecy of the Nerevarine was Chodala's to fulfill before it was wrenched away from him.
Could Malakath be involved in what's happening to Vivek?
Perhaps, but I don't think so. The Oathbreaker prefers a more direct approach. He isn't one to hide behind convoluted schemes and plots. Still, if Malakath agrees to support my brother, we'll have one more problem to deal with.
I saw you and the Archcanon arguing back in Vivek City. Why have you agreed to help us?
It's true I have no love of the Tribunal. I also have no stomach for a war between my people and the Great Houses. Too much blood would be spilled to no good end. Even AZURA proclaims that my brother must be stopped. I'll help you in any way I can.
Okay.
Those red exiles. They've been slaughtered.
The hell?
Chodala, he's gone mad. Sought to make a deal with a daedric prince.
What happened here?
Chodala appealed to Malakath, but the god of curses rebuked him. Killed us all. Said Chodala already served another.
Who does he serve? Where can we find Chodala?
He went deeper into the ruins, into Malakath's shrine.
All right. Oh, come on. Let me loot the backpack. Thank you.
Mine!
These creatures, they don't belong to Malakath. Another prince's power is at work here.
Ah, I see. Wonder which one.
You dare refuse me, Malakath? I am the Nerevarine.
Chodala, brother, stop this madness.
You bring this outlander to kill me, sister? You can't harm me! I have a powerful patron on my side!
The staff protects him. You can't hurt him until we use the tonal inverter.
All right, use it.
I need a moment to get this working.
What is that? No matter. You are no longer worth my time.
Scarfin! They serve the Prince of Bargains. Keep them busy while I finish this.
Prince of Bargains.
Inverter is ready. Stand in the field and focus the wave.
All right. Time to dodge,
Take your
Chodala.
shield. What have you done? I'll destroy all of you for this!
Brother, why did it have to come to this? AZURA, we've dealt with the false Nerevarine, just as you commanded. That was harder than I expected. Chodala was so angry, so full of rage, not like himself at all. Still, I can't believe I helped kill my own brother.
We did what was necessary.
I know that. It was either Chodala or the lives of hundreds of Dunmer. All because he convinced himself he was the Nerevarine. Or someone convinced him. Either way, my brother is dead, and the Cavern of the Incarnate has another resident.
We should return to Vivek City.
Take Sunara, and I'll meet you back in Vivek City. Your archcanon made it quite clear that the staff was the key to saving Vivek. I need to take care of my brother's remains. Then we'll be done here.
Okay. I'll take that. Thank you.
I need to take care of my brother's remains.
Alright, let's use the go home ability to quickly get back to Vivec City. Alright, and before I go talk to Archcanon Tarvis, I want to see if I can find somebody that will sell me some daggers. Alright, there's an armsman. Erikar 5 blades.
Halt! I think we should execute criminals on sight. Fine. Now get your stink away from me.
Not sure I'll ever get used to that huge rock floating over our heads. No wonder the Dark Elves act so crazy all the time. This land of theirs, it's like Oblivion, except with slightly better refreshments.
The reason that guard came after me is because, I trespassed on the Ashlanders' territory earlier. Alright, now, this is one-handed. I'll just use swords. That will work. Doesn't really matter because I'll be upgrading them soon. There's an Urichalk dagger. Let's see if that dagger is better than these swords. I doubt it, but it's worth taking a look at. Level 27, damage is 1037. But this is a training sword. So, they do... Well... Okay. I'll take the lowest level one, this one right here. Replace it with that dagger. But at least we've still got the one sword that's a training sword. Oh, and I need a queue for a battleground. I didn't want to do that until I got some daggers, because I didn't want to be at a disadvantage in the battleground. Here we go. Alright, I believe we had already done that battleground, so I probably edited this out of the video, but as you can see, we got second place. And we're level 28. Alright, I want a leatherworker satchel. And then let's see... I already got Betty Netch. I've been using that. Let's see what else I need to get. Alright, so I'm just going to get some passives. You know what? Let me get a dual wield passive. And then... I'll get Nature's Gift. Helps with magic and stamina regen.
priests seem nervous today.
Pull yourself together. You're a buoyant armiger for Vivek's sake.
All right, Vivek is not here. It's in his private chambers.
Oh, this is terrible. Lord Vivek collapsed. Tell me, Outlander, were you able to defeat Chodala? Have you brought me his staff? I'm afraid Lord Vivek may not last much longer.
We defeated Chodala and brought back Sunara.
And just in time. According to my calculations, with every use of Sunara, Chodala drained more energy from Lord Vivek. It almost killed him. We can use the staff to save Vivek. Just plant it in the floor, and the power will return to him.
All right, I'll plant Sunara on the floor and return Vivek's power to him.
Perfect. It's working just as I expected.
What are you doing? It's killing him!
What did you expect? That's the point of all this, after all.
Uh-oh.
I've powered up the tonal inverter. Activate the wave!
Oh no!
You're too late. I see it now, the Clockwork City. Look at what Barbas found for you, Master.
Barbas. Pet hound of the Prince of Bargains. I should have known. Talk to the Ashlander while I compose myself.
I knew something was wrong as soon as I approached the palace. I could feel it in my bones. I was on my way here when AZURA showed me a vision. I saw Sunara killing Vivek. Even without Chodala, that damn staff is dangerous.
The Archcanon seemed to know that Sunara wasn't going to help Lord Vivek.
I don't think that thing was ever the Archcanon. It called itself Barbas. As an Ashlander, I'm more familiar with daedric lore than most of the elves of the great houses. Beyond that, I've made a study of the most prominent daedric princes.
Why are the Daedra relevant to all of this?
Because Barbas is a loyal servant of the daedric prince, Clavicus Vile.
Clavicus Vile.
I'm not an expert on the Prince of Bargains, but it seems to me that this was all part of some grand plan. Perhaps Vivek can explain things better than I can.
Okay, so Clavicus Vile, he's the one behind all this, a daedric prince. Chodala wasn't acting alone.
Azura's champion is correct. That was Barbas, faithful hound of Clavicus Vile, a shapeshifter. He killed the Archcanon, took his place. Chodala sought the seal's device, impersonating Tarvas. It was all part of some elaborate plan.
Plan? They tried to kill you!
That was simply a consequence. We needed tribunal energy to locate the Clockwork City. I was the easiest target. If Barbas enters Sotha Seal's city, disaster will follow. I appreciate your help, but I must conserve what remains of my energy.
Alright, there goes another two-handed axe. I definitely don't want to wield that.
Must maintain concentration.
My brother, duped by the hound of Clavicus Vile. This is bad. Very bad. And the Tribunal God isn't in any shape to assist us. How can we find this Clockwork City without Vivek's help? Perhaps that priest can tell us more.
Priest? Oh boy, doesn't sound good. Here he is.
What happened here? Where's the Archcanon?
Good old Canon Lavul.
By the three, Lord Vivek looks terrible. Where's Archcanon Tarvus? He always seems to know what to do in situations like this.
The Archcanon is really Barbas. He tricked us all, and now Vivek's energy is nearly depleted.
Barbas? The Daedric Hound? Wait, I don't understand any of this. But if Lord Vivek's energy has been depleted, then the Moonlit... Red Mountain... My gods! All of Vardenfell's in danger!
There must be something we can do.
If only there was a way to give Lord Vivek some energy... Wait! That's it! A blessing stone! Find the Overseer and retrieve another stone from the construction site. Oh, please, hurry. I've never seen Lord Vivek in such a desperate state.
Okay, I'll talk to the Overseer and get another blessing stone.
I expect the Overseer's near the unfinished cantons, watching out for looters. When people panic, they're capable of anything. And with all the chaos going on outside, the Overseer closed the construction site. Get her key and bring back a stone.
Why are people in a panic?
A few moments ago, Red Mountain erupted and the moonlit above the city dropped dangerously low in the sky.
Oh, man.
I assume that was when Lord Vivek's energy was depleted. If we don't find a way to restore some of his power, and soon, Vardenfell is doomed.
What about Barbas?
I'm not sure, but our first priority must be to restore some of the Lord Vivek's energy. After that, he can tell us what we need to do next.
I agree.
Did Barbas give any indication as to why he did this to Lord Vivek?
I'm not completely sure, but it seemed to have something to do with Clockwork City?
Sotha Seal's private domain. It said that the place holds the secret to remaking Nirn. I suppose that would interest Barbas and his master, Clavicus Vile. But Clockwork City can wait. The moonlit hanging above us, not so much.
All right, what are you going to do while I retrieve the Blessing Stone?
Someone has to take care of Lord Vivek. I'll make the preparations necessary to return the power and the Blessing Stone to him. I'm really operating above my station here. I'm not the Archcanon, after all. And then again, neither was Tarvus, I suppose.
Nope. Alright, let's see if they say something different now.
Bardal. Must keep Bardal above us.
Do what you can for Vivek. I'll pray to AZURA for guidance. Then I might go and poke around the Archcanon's office. See if he left anything behind that might shed some light on this terrible situation.
Alright. That doesn't sound good. What in the world are these people doing? What are you doing? Alright. That's pretty bizarre.
Red Mountain! It's erupting!
Lord Vivek, save us!
Ah. Hard to believe Vivek City was so calm just a few minutes ago, and look at it now. Got buildings on fire. Somebody singing inside, ignoring all the terrible things happening.
Aren't you afraid?
Shivalas, where are you? It's too dangerous.
My wife decides to run out and chase some damned looters in the middle of a disaster. Who does that sort of thing? You'd think Lord Vivek's overseer would have a clearer head.
The Overseer? I need to find her for Lord Vivek.
She ran into the unfinished cantons. She's been beating herself up over the fact that they're behind schedule, but she won't do anyone any good if she gets herself killed.
No.
My wife's tough as nails, but she's no warrior.
I'll find the Overseer and make sure she's all right.
Get out of there!
That was we barely got out of there alive. I can't believe the Overseer's still in there. What's she going to do when the Canton sinks into the bay?
The Overseer's still at the construction site?
Yes. The Overseer ran in there when she saw the looters. We tried to follow, but then the moonlit began raining fire, ash, and chunks of rock. Last I saw, she was chasing the looters into the far Canton.
Why would the looters risk their own lives?
Greed is a powerful motivator. We left tools and materials just sitting around, unprotected, when the priests ordered everyone to get off the streets. The looters happily risk their lives if there's a profit to be made.
I see. Alright, that's it for this episode. In the next episode, we'll get to see Lord Vivek lose the rest of his power, the Moonlit crash into Vivek City and kill everyone, and all of Tamriel be destroyed. Just kidding, that's not how the story ends. But next time, we'll get to see how the story ends. See you next time.